dial it on the center. With 1-800-CALLATT. It's free for you, cheap for them.
Save on every call. Dial 1-800-CALL-ATT for collect calls.
Next week on the WB, the man who once loved Buffy may be falling in love again.
The wings are rising, ladies and gents.
But this attraction may not survive the night.
Werewolf girl, think you got a shot?
She gave me a look.
Only Angel, next week on the WB Wednesday night.
It's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your children are? This WB56 Family First message is brought to you by Bernie and Phil's Furniture. Next on WB56.
A poisonous prank. A teacher at the South Shore school targeted by students. Tonight, late details on the police investigation.
A disturbing discovery at this Marblehead home found packed with neglected cats.
Rain to the south, cool air to the north. How will it play into our forecast? I'll have all the details.
It's the Sox and the Yanks, and security's tight near Fenway Park. And this could be you. The 10 o'clock news starts right now.
Live from Boston's WB, Karen Marinella, Frank Malicote, Mike Wacom, Mike Rattay. This is the 10 o'clock news on Boston's WB56.
It's crazy because I don't understand why anybody would want to try to poison a teacher.
But that's exactly what happened here at this local high school. The alleged culprit, one of her own students. She went to take a swig of water, ended up with a mouth full of trouble.
That water spiked with paint thinner. Now, whoever did it is in some mighty hot water of their own. Paul Mueller's live in the newsroom with the story. Paul?
Frank, who did it? That, of course, is the big question tonight. Police telling us they have their eyes on several students, while the teacher says this poisonous prank was a real stupid move, and she wants the perp to pay the price.
If it hadn't been for her, I probably wouldn't have graduated high school.
Nicole Simmons, a recent grad, reacts to the news. Her former teacher, Susan Patton, poisoned.
I'm horrified that my mom just came over and told me this.
Patton, an English teacher here at Rockland High, poisoned last Wednesday. Someone came into her office and mixed in some paint thinner to her water bottle.
I think they had it out for her. I don't know. I don't understand why they would do it.
Patton drank the concoction, then immediately spit it out. School officials say whoever did the dirty deed will have to suffer some serious consequences. There are also people who say, hey, kids can be kids.
Yeah. Well, this is more than kids can be kids. In my mind, that's a form of assault on a teacher.
A mix of water and paint thinner will most likely cause an upset stomach. The real hazard, if it gets into the lungs, it can cause difficulty breathing, then maybe lead to pneumonia. In this case, Patton was lucky. She was back at school the next day.
You know, one bad apple. What are you going to do?
How serious are you taking this?
Very seriously. This isn't a childish prank. This is something that put a person's life in danger.
Patton now out of harm's way. Her students just thankful the poison turned out not to be fatal.
She's like the all-American teacher, honestly. All-American teacher.
Tonight, Patton telling us over the phone she thinks she knows who did it and that she hopes that he learns his lesson. Meantime, Rockland police have their own lesson planned: felony charges. That's the very latest live in the newsroom tonight. Paul Mueller, the 10 o'clock news.
Thanks, Paul. A threat scrawled in a bathroom stall creates a scare at Wellesley High School. The nasty note threatening the school and a specific teacher was found in the boys' bathroom. Police have photographed the message, and they are working with the school department to find the culprit. So far, no suspects. An arrest tonight in a drive-by shooting that left a 19-year-old man dead. Shots rang out last night in a Framingham parking lot on Kendall Street. In the end, Joseph McDaniel was killed. Earlier today, police arresting 25-year-old Eric Murray. He's been charged with murder and illegal possession of a firearm. Police say the two people did know each other. No word on a motive for that shooting.
As we first reported last night on the 10 o'clock news, a local priest has been removed from duty for his alleged involvement with an accused killer. Officials say Reverend Bernard Kelly, pastor of the church in Woods Hole, had sex with this man, Paul Nolan. He's the man who's been arrested for the murder of Jonathan Wessner, who disappeared from a party in Falmouth last month. His body was found last Saturday on a beach in Woods Hole. Late word tonight, the police are calling off the search for these missing New Hampshire children. Police believe Philip and Sarah Gehring were murdered by their father, then dumped somewhere along Interstate 80 in the Midwest. Investigators say their search for the bodies has been extensive, but they'll stop looking at the end of this week.
The FBI and local authorities are searching for 2 suspects wanted for abducting a New Hampshire senator's wife at knife point yesterday. Authorities have released these security camera photos taken at the bank where Kathleen Gregg was allegedly forced to withdraw money from her account. Wife of New Hampshire Senator Judd Gregg was released. She was unharmed. Police say there was no indication the robbers knew who Kathleen Gregg was. This Kingston selectman charged with raping a 14-year-old boy home tonight after posting a $10,000 bail. Richard Crittenden has been ordered to wear an ankle monitor and only leave his house to visit his lawyer. Any other reason to leave would require clearance from the court, meaning Crittenden can attend selectmen's meetings without a judge's okay.
Disturbing discovery in Marblehead tonight. Tons of cats kept in filthy cages, all stored under a family's porch. It's a horrible case of animal abuse. Kristen Kyra joins us now with the story. Kristen?
Karen, these cats were covered in their own waste, and there was no food nor water found in their cages. Now, officials were finally notified when a neighbor complained about loud meowing and a terrible odor.
This is a clear case of people that let things get out of control and then they become overwhelming.
What was out of control at this Marblehead home was a colony of cats, 22 kept in abysmal conditions.
There were like 10 cages filled with cats, and they were just overloaded with urine and feces. Some cats didn't have litter boxes, and the ones that did have boxes had no litter in. They haven't been cleaned for some time.
Living here, Anita Tevro, her son, his wife, and 8 children. We tried to speak with them tonight, but they didn't want to talk. Now the cats are at the town's already overcrowded shelter. This one's so covered in feces it had to be shaved. The Tevro family relinquishing the animals to avoid being prosecuted. The family known to animal control before.
In 1997, they had 8 cats that a local vet spayed, neutered, gave them rabies shots, and then asked them never to get any more cats again. And then they got another cat that was unneutered and another cat that was unspayed.
Those 2 cats bringing the total to 22, 3 still hiding in the home's attic. Meanwhile, these friendly felines now need a home.
They're friendly, they get along well with other cats, great dispositions they all have. So, vet said very healthy cats.
Now, if you are interested in adopting any of these cats, you can check out the shelter's website at www.marblehead-animal-shelter.org, or you can call them at 781-631-8664. Kristen Kyra, the 10 o'clock news.
Kristen, thank you very much. The wait is finally over, folks. We have ALCS game number 1. We've got Yankees, we got Red Sox, and the man that's got the best seat in the house would be our Mike Rattay. He's right outside Yankee Stadium, and so far, so good, Michael.
I tell you what, Frank, yes, so far, so good indeed. The Red Sox have their bats going. They have a 4-0 lead, taking it right to the Evil Empire. Here's the paper today down in New York. You got the Evil Empire on one side, no way on the other side. Well, Red Sox fans say it's time. Get ready to deal with the naked truth. From Times Square to the Bronx, it's time to cowboy up.
Hey, Red Sox, Cowboys up!
And saddle up, because nothing can be more crystal clear than the intense tale of 2 cities. We're trying to let it go.
I realize that, but it's, you know, you have to win to let it go, I guess. And you guys believe the curse more than we do, you know?
No.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Absolutely.
In this vast sea of Yankee mania, even transplanted Red Sox fans gotta believe.
I was born in Boston, but parents moved to New York, so, you know, I stayed a Red Sox fan. You know, my dad's a Yankee fan.
How can you stand this?
Listen, I got to support my team. The Red Sox are #1.
Oh, of course.
I mean, there's no way I could have a Red Sox-Yankees game at Yankee Stadium and not show up.
Okay.
Yankee cats right here. It's 100 years, so you got another 15 years? Got another 15 years.
Oh!
Forget about this year. This ain't your year. It's the curse of the Bambino. It's a 100-year curse.
Hey, come on now. It all comes down to 2 teams in a 7-game series with the best team winning, right? And here's 2 guys who know the history here, right?
The Bambino, the curse of the Bambino.
We're about tired of that.
Are we past that?
No, it's about time. The Red Sox are due.
Okay, well, once again, here it is. the Bambino right here, yeah, we've had enough of those curses, right? Live in New York, I'm Mike Rattay. Guys, back to you guys.
Got a heavy dose of Yankee fans there, Mike. Thank you very much. Well, as you know, Game 1, they're calling it the Battle of the Bronx, and the stakes are high because the winner of this series gets to go to the World Series.
These games guaranteed to be exciting. Another thing guaranteed, security here in Boston is tight no matter where the game is. Jim Smith's live now at Fenway with more. What's it like there, Jim?
So far, quiet. All is quiet here at Fenway at this hour. But the big question, Karen and Frank, obviously, is will it stay quiet after tonight's Red Sox-Yankees game? As we all know, there were huge problems here the other night. But this time around, authorities determined to avoid a repeat performance. Boston police out in force tonight. A heavy presence outside of Fenway Park. The game is in New York, but once again, hundreds of fans are in the area, out on the streets and in the various bars around Kenmore Square. Police are determined to avoid what happened here a few nights ago after the Sox victory over Oakland. Thousands of fans basically rioted, even overturning an SUV at one point. But tonight, at least some of the fans promised to behave.
Well, I don't know. I think things like flipping the car is stupid. I don't know. That's not...
We didn't take part in that. We're just...
You know, because a Boston fan's flipping a Boston fan. You know what I mean? It's stupid. But everyone getting together was a good time, though.
Yeah.
What did you think of that?
It was awesome. It was a great thrill. It was a rush.
But that's the other stuff. That's too much.
That's stupid. We were right there, but we didn't partake.
At the State House, it was a banner night as government leaders showed the Sox exactly where their heart is tonight, and the governor get into the spirit.
You know, with a name like Mitt and a son named Tag, I mean, you realize we got baseball really in our genes.
And as for potential rowdy Red Sox fans tonight, a former Red Sox himself had this advice.
I think we should all enjoy the ride that we're on right now. We're having a heck of a time. Hope this team goes on and beats New York, gets to the World Series, and maybe even win that. But let's have fun. Let's enjoy it. But please, you know, let's do it in the right way.
Back here live at Fenway, as we mentioned, police out in force, no problem so far. Officials do acknowledge privately that a couple of nights ago they were caught unprepared for the magnitude of what they were dealing with. They also promise that it won't happen again. Live at Fenway tonight, Jim Smith, the 10 o'clock news.
Thanks, Jim. If you don't have tickets to the upcoming Sox games and are thinking of buying them online, better have some serious cash. We hit the internet to try to find you some ticket steals. No such luck. There are some seats. Seats for this coming weekend are starting at around $400 a pop. That's for the bleachers, folks. Get this, some are going for as much as $5,000 a seat. And stay right there with WB56 for continuing coverage of the Bronx battle. Warmed up quite a bit out there today. What's in store for tomorrow? Mike Welcome's here now with a look at the early bird weather forecast.
So much for the boys of October. It was more like early September today. Look at these high temperatures we had today. A few temperatures down towards the Cape and the islands, the upper 60s. Worcester also managed to stay into the 60s this afternoon, 68 degrees. But here in Boston, 74 degrees. Very warm conditions. Now, it looks like tomorrow we're actually going to warm up nicely as well, but if you're right near the shoreline, things are going to be changing. Here are the high temperatures today. You saw there's kind of a pocket of relatively cool air, 60s and 70s, and then a lot of 80s out here to the west. And normally we'd see this just all pushing in. Instead, tomorrow afternoon, there's going to be a little wave of cold air, which is going to come down along the coast and cool us off during the afternoon. But before we get to that point, I think most of us will be seeing temperatures in the low 70s. But there are some changes in the forecast, and I'll have all the details on that a little bit later on.
Well, tonight, California's new governor-elect, Arnold Schwarzenegger, says he is ready to tackle this state's many problems. The full story coming up in a live report from Hollywood.
A fleet of school buses gets completely trashed. The story at 10:18.
That the fact that a listening device was found in the mayor's office, and I don't know where else listening devices might be.
It's true. The office in Philly, the mayor's office, is bugged, and you won't believe who did it. We're going to find out at 10:19.
If I had an opportunity to shoot Britney Spears, I think I would.
Yikes. And that's one important person saying that. More on the controversy next at 10:47.
Karen Marinella, Frank Malicote, Mike Welcome, Mike Rattay. You're watching the 10 o'clock news on Boston's WB56.
We're the richest country on earth, yet we still have illiteracy, homelessness, and gang violence. I want to create a world that's full of social justice. A world where community service is both commonplace and obligatory. Remember what Gandhi said.
Become the change you seek in the world.
85% of your intellect and your social skills are developed by age 5. Let's invest when it makes the most difference. Early education for all.
The world's financial markets can't believe the latest money-saving offers by Bernie & Phil's Furniture.
That's right, Deborah. Bernie & Phil's have shocked the furniture world by offering no interest until 2005. But only until this Monday night.
Purchase any of Bernie & Phil's quality furniture by this Monday night and you'll pay no interest until 2005.
With no down payment.
By Jove, I think she's got it.
Bernie and Phil. Quality, comfort, and price. That's nice.
We are Boston's home for local events.
It is packed, jammed here at Suffolk Downs.
The most endearing events to the community.
It's great to be here for cystic fibrosis that do so many great things for so many kids.
The Jimmy Fund Walk.
We walk today for all those other children that need that extra help and that hope for the future.
The Hot Dog Safari to benefit the Joey Fund.
We might be the generation that actually has the potential to see a cure for this disease.
The annual St. Patrick's Day breakfast.
Good morning and happy St. Patrick's Day to all of you.
Top of the morning, happy St. Patrick's Day to everyone.
All brought to broadcast television for the first time live. We are Boston's most local station.
It's great to be here.
It's great to be here.
It's great to be in your town again.
We are Boston's WB. It's great to be here.
Continues on Boston's WB56.
Tonight is a testament of just how important one appearance on The Tonight Show can be, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, that's Jay Leno taking a little bit of credit for Arnold being elected. The California recall's over and the people have spoken. Arnold Schwarzenegger is the new governor of California, won in a landslide. Grant Rampey live in Hollywood, California, now ready to wrap it all up. Hello, Grant.
Karen, we've got some final election numbers out today, and they do show that Mr. Schwarzenegger won decisively yesterday. Californian voters, by an overwhelming margin, deciding to show Grave Davis the door and to put a novice in his place. Tonight, Arnold says he's ready to lead.
I want to give back.
The new governor-elect, who shied away from unscripted exchanges with reporters during the campaign, taking all comers today. Schwarzenegger says at the top of his list is fixing the state's finances.
It could be that our operating deficit is over $20 billion. So the bottom line really is what we have to do is open up the books, first of all, like I said, do the audit and find where the waste is.
Schwarzenegger hopes he'll get plenty of help from Washington. He says he told the president this morning that he's already got a lot of California business to discuss with him when the president visits here next week. While Democrats on Capitol Hill say they wish Arnold all the best, they wonder what kind of job he'll do.
Does glitter and this enormous drawing power get translated into public policy that's sound, that will stand the test of time?
I think you'll find out this isn't like the movies where you just write a scenario and get a happy ending. This is very tough and heavy lifting.
It's all about leadership.
For his part, Schwarzenegger says he's prepared to give up the life of a Hollywood celeb so he can focus on turning his state around.
The people of California have voted against the system that is existing right now. They want a new direction.
And two issues that Schwarzenegger's sure to hear a lot about in the coming days. How will his status as the new Republican governor here affect the president's chances for re-election in 2004? And what about those sexual harassment allegations? Will they quickly fade, or will they follow him like a ghost? Live in Hollywood, Grant Rampey for the 10 o'clock news.
Thank you, Grant. And also, John Keller spoke with the governors of several New England states about the important political lessons learned from this recall out in California. Hear what they had to say a little later in the newscast.
Broken windows, ripped seats. Police are on the lookout tonight for vandals who damaged some Gardner School buses overnight. The Gardner School superintendent tells us most of the damage was done to the inside of the buses. Much of the damage came from vandals spraying the buses with fire extinguishers. School buses from neighboring communities will be used to transport the Gardner kids to school until those other buses are cleaned up. Parents of a 4-year-old girl have filed a complaint against this Catholic school for not allowing their daughter to attend classes there. Jillian Nault is allergic to peanuts, and the school says they can't ensure her safety. Nault family has filed a complaint saying that St. Edward's Elementary School receives public funding, and therefore the school should be able to block their child from attending.
More people coming forward complaining of racial discrimination at an Avon Walmart. The complaints come as Walmart offers to pay a group of Brockton teenagers $1,500 apiece after they complained they were searched and accused of shoplifting because they're black. Walmart says they're taking the complaints very seriously. After tumbling more than 15 feet down a heating vent inside a Fitchburg apartment building yesterday, 18-month-old Jaya Perez has been released from the hospital and is home tonight. Emergency crews spent 20 minutes cutting the sheet metal duct open to remove the child. It'll now be permanently sealed to prevent it from happening again.
Why was the FBI bugging the mayor of Philadelphia's office? Tonight, major questions about a major eavesdropping mystery. Listening devices were found during a sweep of Mayor John Street's office yesterday. Tonight, federal law enforcement agents confirmed they belong to the FBI, but aren't saying whether Street himself is the target of an investigation.
This is a huge matter of concern for me. When you know, you'd like to think that you have a certain amount of privacy in your own office, and when you don't, you feel violated.
The discovery comes just weeks before Election Day. Tonight, Street's campaign office is suggesting the bugs were planted for political reasons. Well, the state makes up its mind about changing the liquor laws here.
Coming up next at 10:23, see if they're going to let liquor stores stay open on Sundays.
They were blamed for making women sick. Now, silicone breast implants could be making a comeback. We've got more coming up, 10:26.
And Campbell's Soup flips its lid. Their new look next at 10:42.
So you don't have to run. No, you could walk. And you don't have to be an Olympic gold medalist. No, but it won't hurt. So what do you have to be? A woman who wants to have fun. Join me, Stephanie Lydon, and Joan Benoit Samuelson for the Tufts Health Plan 10K for Women.
To sign up, go to tuftshealthplan.com or call 888-767-RACE.
It's more than just a race.
It's a celebration of women's health and fitness.
Sponsored by Expedia.com, CVS, Bernie and Phil's Furniture, and Friendly's.
The one DVD to own this year is the Lion King Special Edition DVD. Featuring the first ever digital presentation with Disney Enhanced Home Theater Mix. The Lion King Special Edition for the first time ever on DVD today.
My parents worked hard to provide for us, and I want to do the same thing for my family. Even with just a high school education, I was given an opportunity to learn and show my talent. I worked my way up at Sam's Club, part-time seasonal help, assistant manager, and now general manager. My family is proud for what I'm doing, who I'm working for the success that I've had working for the #1 retailer in the world. No matter where you come from, there's plenty of opportunity working for Sam's Club. My name is Tony, and I've been with Sam's Club for 11 years.
Dinner's ready. Yeah! For nearly 20 years, Boston Market's signature sweet garlic rotisserie chicken has been a family favorite. And now with meals starting at just $4.99, you'll have your choice of 3 bold new dipping sauces: tangy Thai peanut, mango roasted red pepper, and kickin' Southern sassafras. Now that's dinner made easy. Boston Market, we're always cooking.
Time magazine hails School of Rock as a joyous comedy.
Give me some, yeah!
David Anson of Newsweek writes, "It made me laugh harder than any movie I've seen this year." 2 thumbs up. School of Rock. Rated PG-13. Now play. Tonight's Health Watch is sponsored by Neighborhood Health Plan.
No six-packs on Sundays as the Bay State's weekend booze battle goes bust. on Beacon Hill. If you were looking to bag some beer on Sunday, you might want to think again. Saturday will remain the last call for buying local alcohol. House voted 81 to 63 against a bill that would have allowed liquor stores to stay open on Sundays. Currently, stores are only allowed to be open on Sundays between the holidays, Thanksgiving and New Year's, unless they're within 10 miles of certain borders.
And now, Health Watch on Boston's WB56.
At 82, she's a lean, mean running machine with over 100 races under her belt this year alone. Come Monday, you'll find Louise Rossetti of Saugus, where she always is on Columbus Day, running the Tufts 10K road race. Health Watch reporter Darcy Fisher spent some time with Louise today and found out what keeps her going.
I've run ever since the first one.
And this year will be no different. Louise Rossetti is one of a handful of women who are fixtures at the annual Tufts 10K for Women, running the race since its inception in 1977.
It's just a wonderful, wonderful gathering of girls and people that you see year after year.
Rossetti's run literally thousands of races and has mementos from them all, from local races.
This was my first huge trophy that I had, so I'm very proud of this.
To national honors, like when she carried the Olympic flame prior to the Salt Lake City Games.
This was my torch that I carried. You had to carry it like this. You want to feel it? You want to hold it?
Oh, that's cool. But says she carries a special place for the Tufts 10K.
And everybody knows me now, and they're going on Memorial Drive by MIT. All those young guys out there hollering. It's fun. I feel very honored, I'll tell you, but very humble.
Louise's extensive trophy collection could probably rival that of Joan Benoit Samuelson or even Bill Rogers, but she says it isn't the accolades that keep her running.
I'm just an old runner. I don't have any PRs or anything like that. I just love the sport.
Loves it so much, she says she hopes to never stop. In Saugus, Darcy Fisher, the 10 o'clock news.
WB56, proud to be the television sponsor of the Tufts 10K for Women. Takes place this Monday, Columbus Day at noon, and it's not too late if you'd like to run. Call 1-888-767-RACE for more information.
Good luck, Louise. I met her at the Ollie road race a couple weekends ago. She's terrific.
Lady.
Indeed. If you want to improve your memory, getting a good night's sleep is a good thing to remember. Researchers at Harvard and the University of Chicago have found that sleep apparently restores the memory. Studies showed that students who got a good night's rest also did much better on tests the next day. They were once blamed for hurting thousands of women, but now the FDA is looking into putting silicone gel breast implants back on the market. A group of protesters, though, marched in Washington, D.C. today. The protesters calling for more research into the harmful effects of the implants. FDA banned them 11 years ago after hundreds of women complained they were getting them sick.
Well, they haven't changed much over the years, but now a famous soup can's getting a new look.
Yeah, coming up,
Nice.
See why Campbell's is hoping you'll flip over these lids.
For October, these are pretty mild temperatures. When will it cool down? I'll have all the details coming up next on the 10 o'clock news.
Arnold Schwarzenegger's stunning win in California sends shockwaves through the local political establishment. I'm John Keller, sorting through the fallout, coming up on the 10 o'clock news.
Here are tonight's winning lottery numbers on Boston's WB56.
You've got your own style, your own ideas. Whether you're running the company or helping it run smoothly, the choices you've made to get